Welcome, everybody. Excited to have you here for December's AI Hack and Tell. We've got a full lineup of people going to be sharing some amazing tips with us today. Little just housekeeping before we get started. By the way, if we've not met, I'm Jonathan. I'm your host, and I'm really excited to be here. We love AI Hack and Tell. Special thanks before we roll out to Scale with Stability. It's the largest Christian business conference in the South. It's happening in April in Arkansas, and I put a link up in there. I tell you, if you guys have not been there, a number of us were there last year. It's an amazing conference. It's a great way to get to meet people. It's actually held at Harding University. Great facility, lots of fun, great people, and tickets are super, super affordable if you're looking for a way to do there. And because you fly into Little Rock, Arkansas, if you're flying in, it's not even that expensive. So we'd love to see you there. It's a great conference, and I'll be speaking there with a bunch of others, and we'd love to see you. We thank Scale with Stability for sponsoring this event. This event is our AI Hack and Tell, and we've got 9 people today that are going to go ahead and share various tips, tricks, and everything else with us about AI. And the way the process works is really simple. Everybody gets 8 minutes. That means we're going to run probably about an hour and a half total, but everybody gets 8 minutes to prep. And then at the end of it, we're going to vote, and your vote counts because the winner ends up winning a prize package of a bunch of different things. They get some Whitebeard swag, they get some free trainings and everything else that go on, the Amazon gift cards. So we try to give away a bunch of free stuff. We may have a couple other freebies that we give away as well during the event today. So please stick with us if you would. We will be posting the replay. So if you're wondering, yes, we will be posting the replay. That will include the transcript. And by the way, that will include the Zoom chat. So don't put anything in the Zoom chat you don't want public because we don't prep it. We just post that out there. And last thing to know is that the winner, whoever wins out of the 9 of us, they actually get a special feature in our Facebook group of their training and everything else. So pick the winner carefully. You're going to have lots of great things. We'll do a poll, and that's how we'll vote when we're done. So it should be super easy. We're going to try to call through in no particular order. And as we do so, we'll talk. We'll have a timer. I'll introduce everybody, and then they'll have 8 minutes to present. And I'll give everybody, if you're presenting, if you're one of the 9 presenting, I will give you a 2-minute and a 1-minute warning. That'll be pretty close if I'm assuming I'm watching my phone well. So we'll dig right in with that. If you have any questions, please let us know in the chat. We'll be trying to pay attention to what's happening there. But let's go ahead and dive things off. We're actually going to kick things off with the last winner we had, which was Morris Mayer. Morris, I'm going to go ahead and bring you up on screen here in just a moment. And we're going to let Morris kick things off. Morris won last time with an amazing tip. Morris actually shared with us how, if you're a big fan of Google Notebook LM like I am, and by the way, I've got multiple monitors, so I'm not trying to ignore anybody here, but I'm making sure I'm scrolling through to get to where I need to be. One of the great things that he shared was a plugin that you can put into your browser, and when you're looking at a YouTube video, it can literally add all of the YouTube video transcripts from a channel into a single notebook. It was really cool. He did super well, and that worked out, and he won super well. Doesn't look like Morris is actually logged in yet, so that's all right. We're going to go ahead and then move on. That does happen sometimes as we wait for people to get connected, different tech issues and that type of stuff. So let's see here if Rob is on. Rob is on. We're going to go ahead and I'll bring Rob up here on camera with me. Hey, Rob, how you doing, sir?
Hey, Jonathan Megaditos, how are you?
Good. Glad to have you here. I'm excited for it. Not to make you first. I always try to let somebody who's done it first before, but since Morris is going to be late, you get the good news is they say there's only 2 spots you ever want to be in a presentation. First and last. So you got the first, which is great. And I trust you'll make the most of it. Rob, this is your first time, I think, presenting, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
This is my second time,
Second
actually.
time. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hang on, did he do it? Okay. You're good then. You're an old pro at it. We're going to give you the timer. We'll turn everything over to you. And then I'll give you, like I said, a 2-minute and 1-minute warning. And go ahead. It is all yours.
All right. Well, great. Hello, Whitebeard Nation. I want to bring to you today my hack has to do with creating slides in Google Gemini. Some of you might use some other types of tools to do that. I myself am a huge Gamma fan. The problem with Gamma is that it costs money if you want more than 10 slides, and if you don't spend the money, you also get their mark on there. So I'm going to show you a free way to make slides that hopefully that you will be able to use in your business or in your life or however you'd like to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here.
And let me set that up here for you. Hang on, I got to click the button. There we go. You should be good to go, Rob.
Okay.
There it is. The joys of technology, we wait to catch
All
up.
right.
There we go.
You see Gemini now?
I do. You're good to go.
All right. Well, very good. So we're in Gemini right now. And so when you're in Gemini, the way that you want to make slides, what you want to remember about this is you want to go down here where it says tools, and you want to make sure that in tools that you go to Canvas. That is the tool that you want to use in Gemini to go ahead and make these slides. I have pre-populated a prompt in here in the chat window that says, create for me a slide presentation intended for school administrators that summarizes the information attached in a concise and easy to read format. One of the hats I wear as part of my AI coaching consulting business is that I consult with a school as their AI integrator. We sent out a survey of for parents about AI integration and their thoughts upon that. And we did that as part of a Google form, which then created a Google Sheet for us and summarized that information in a Google Sheet. And so what I'm going to ask Gemini and Canvas to do is to take that Google Sheet. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to attach that, add from Drive. And it's this one right here, FCS Parent AI Survey. So you see over here, it has attached that. Now, the neat thing here is that I'm not just giving it slide by slide what I want. It's actually going to take this information and summarize it out of the spreadsheet in Google Sheets and create that slide presentation. So I then come over here and hit this button to go ahead and to submit. Now, it's going to take a minute or two to do that. So I'm going to bring us over here to this section where it has already run. And so this is what you'll get after it has run. So over here on the right side, you'll see the slides that it actually generated. Now you can come over here and you are able to preview those slides. I can click here and you can see it gives an executive summary of that document. Has some graphs in there, parent sentiment and familiarity, confidence and safety and privacy, some of the things that were asked about inside of that. The biblical framework, this is for a Christian school, so it had guiding principles, taught parental concerns around AI and student use and those things. And then a voice, they were able to take some time to write some things as well as just check some boxes. And then, so strategic action plan, questions and discussion. The one thing I want to show you is at the end of these slides, it takes all of the sources of where your images were. And so it gives you the sources of where it took those images. Now, what I can do now is I have that, and Gemini has created that. I can now export it to slides. So I can export it now to Google Slides, which will now allow me to edit. So if I click export to slides, it's going to do some work down here, and then it'll say that it has exported it to slides. I'm not going to wait for that in the interest of time and just show you, okay, now there is my presentation in Google Slides that I can now edit as my heart would be content. I can move things around. I can take stuff out. I can add stuff in. So creating that from a document from a Google Sheet, pretty cool. You can also create, let's go back to Gemini. You can also create from nothing. Say you don't have a document. So I have pre-populated with this prompt. Create for me a presentation that will teach people about Jonathan Mast's a Whitebeard strategy, perfect prompting framework. Again, I go to tools, I go to Canvas. Key here in all of this is create for me a presentation. You always want to include that part in here. Create for me a presentation. I'm not going to attach anything here because I'm just asking it to create from nothing. If I go ahead and hit go, it's going to think a little while. This is what it will generate ultimately. And you'll see here it made 13 slides. Again, I can click through them and preview them. I can then export them. I can also download them. It'll download as a PDF. So a couple of ways there that you can make those slides. You can take an existing file and ask it to do that. You can just create from nothing, as I did with Jonathan's perfect prompting framework. And then I can export it then into Google Slides and edit to my heart's content. I want to show you some pro tips in regard to all this. You can do a style match image hack where you take a screenshot of a slide design or a website that you especially like and you upload it to Gemini, and you say as part of your prompt, in addition to create me a presentation,
2
analyze the
minutes.
style, color, and palette and layout of the image or the website that I've attached and apply this aesthetic to the slide deck we are building in Canvas. And it will match that pretty well for you. Another pro tip when it comes to creating these slides in Gemini using the Canvas tool is to use the @ extension. I don't know if everybody's familiar with that, but what you can do with the @ extension inside of Google Gemini is that if you type @ and you name one of the Google products, such as Google Drive or Gmail, and follow it with a command, it will go and pull the information from there. So you would say, for example, create an outline for our project update slide based on the latest email from @John Smith. And then you can name a document. You could say, and the document @FCS
1
AI
minute.
survey, and it will pull those. A final pro tip is you can also supplement with Notebook LM. So instead of asking Gemini to summarize a 50-page document, you go ahead and throw it in Notebook LM, use the Notebook LM feature of asking for it to generate a briefing doc. Then you take that information from the briefing doc, go ahead and paste it into your Google Gemini and to the Canvas tool as you're making those slides. And it's a wonderful way to get some concise information. And so that's what I want to share with you for my hack, how to create slides using Google Gemini.
Fantastic job, and 16 seconds to spare, Rob. You are a pro. I appreciate that tremendously. If I can ask you to unshare your screen, then we'll go ahead and go back up to our normal. There we go. If we get the mouse in the right spot. Fantastic. Lots of love. Guys, if you can too, as we're going through the hack and tell, show your love for what these are happening in the comments. Everybody loves to see them. It's great stuff to have in there. Rob, you've got a lot of stuff there. I got to admit, I didn't know any of what you just showed me. So that was absolutely amazing. I had no idea you could do that and then pull that into Google Slides and actually edit them. I mean, how cool is that? Way cool. Awesome. Everybody give hands up for Rob. That was fantastic. Don't forget, we'll be voting at the end, so we'll want to remember all that. Next up, if we have some people, by the way, name yourselves differently, so I don't always know if I've got people on deck or not. So if not, we'll move around a little bit. But Cheryl, are you online? I saw a Cheryl mobile phone, but I don't know if that's you. Are you with us or not yet?
I am here.
There we are. Okay, perfect. I'm going to bring you up on screen. Here we go. All right. Hey, Cheryl, how are you? Glad to see you. I'm excited about this. Any questions before we let you go?
No questions. I don't really have anything visually to share.
That's okay.
So I'm just gonna kind of talk through what I've done a little bit, if
That's
that's okay.
awesome. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely it is. I'm going to go ahead and give you 8 minutes like we did with Rob. I'll give you a 2 minute and a 1 minute, and we'll go from there. And 3, 2.
Uh-oh. I know what happened.
You ready? Whenever you are, Cheryl.
Okay. That was a crazy remix. Okay. So I've done a couple of things. I'm still learning a lot, but I've taken the SelfScribe prompt and kind of expanded on it. So SelfScribe actually gives you a little snippet of kind of like a psychological understanding of who you are and how you think and process. And I've taken it a little step further and added some more details to it, where now it's telling the end user, if you will, myself or whoever's going through the prompt, more about how it behaves, how you want Chatgpt to behave, how you want it to reply. along with the psychological pieces of it. So I've given it some more information. Again, I don't have anything to share with you guys, but so instead of just stopping at a personality-based prompt, my what I'm now kind of calling my persona sync is adding behavioral rules, language boundaries, default response patterns, so that the tool, which is ChatGPT, which is what I use, doesn't just describe you; it actually helps speak and talk more like you would normally talk in a conversation. So I've kind of expanded on your SelfScribe, Jonathan, and made it a little bit different tool for me.
I love that. I love that we've done that. And can you share any additional detail? You don't have to, but I'm curious, as you brought any of that, what things have you seen, Cheryl, that has changed by deepening that a little bit from what you've done?
So it's also kind of tying in you're adding the personality snippet into your personalization, and along with that, I've done again, as I think you and I have spoken about, we've done the nucleus, so that's part of that personalization. But with the character limit, you got to be careful. So I've also give it some other commands in there and other directions, which along with saying, instead of saying, when you're prompt, you always say something like, make it sound more human like. That's already part of what I've added to that in my personalization. And so what I've done is add things like responses should be either professional, or responses could be a little more light, airy, fun, kind of quirky. So depending on the person I'm working with, that's kind of how I've tweaked the personalization. And it really surprises people, and it surprises myself, of course, as well. But it really surprises people the results they get now when they're using ChatGPT, because now it really does sound a lot more like them.
I love that. I love that. Well, great share and a truly great tip. For those of you that are not customizing or personalizing your AI, whether it's ChatGPT or Gemini or anything else, Cheryl's tip is really relevant. The more you dig that in, the more it will sound like you, and then the less it sounds like ChatGPT. Cheryl, great tip. Thank you for sharing how you can take that and expand on that. I'm really grateful for it. That's amazing. Let me actually
Thank
stop the
you.
timer here before we go in. There we go. Next up, we've got Matt Zimmerman. So, some of you may or may not know Matt. Matt is actually the founder of ZimWriter, one of my favorite AI tools for blogging and all that. Let me see if I can get Matt. Here we are, and we'll bring Matt up on screen. There we go. Hey, Matt, how are you today, sir?
Good. How are you?
Good. So happy to have you join us. Excited to hear your tips. By the way, guys, Matt's one of the people I learn AI stuff from. So Matt is really brilliant with all this stuff, and I'm really excited to hear what tips and secrets he's got today. So, Matt, any questions before we kick things off?
No, no, I came. Well, yeah, two things. First of all, my daughter goes to Harding, so I gotta find out what this is all about because this is exciting.
Oh, we got to have you over there, man. Yeah, that would be amazing. I didn't realize your daughter went there. Yeah, it's a great event. It really is.
Yeah, yeah, she goes to Harding, and then coming into this, I didn't know what to expect, so I completely changed my topic up in real time. So,
What do they say? It's about being able to pivot quickly, right?
yes, pivoting.
I love it. I love it. Well, we're going to head and give you 8 minutes. I'll give you the 2 minute and 1 minute, and obviously you can go from there. Thanks, Matt. Here you go.
Awesome. All right, so yeah, what I decided to share with y'all is this. This me. Can you all see my screen? No, I guess you
Not
can't. Let me
yet.
share my screen. All right,
There,
share.
it's coming up. There we go.
Fantastic. Okay. So yeah, this I'm building. I have a brand kind of similar to Jonathan's, but definitely not as advanced. But I teach, AI and stuff like that. And for my course, all right, I had to make all these AI images of myself with some great text and stuff like that. And it's hard to iterate upon the different generations using ChatGPT or something like that. Even though you can get free images like from Nano Banana and whatnot, it's a very very slow process. And I needed a way to kind of accelerate the generation, the iterations and ideations of these different images I wanted to create. So I'll kind of walk you through how I do that. I can move this toolbar from there we go. All right. tech problems. All right, so the tool that I use, I just absolutely love, is called Runware. I talked about this before when I was speaking with Jonathan, and this is a great platform. It's you pay for your own usage. You know, you're going to pay API credits as you go, but you're paying at cost. And what's great is they have so many different models. If you just log in, you make an account, you click on home, you can see all the video models. Now, I haven't messed with the video models yet, but you can generate using all of the different video models that there are. Although video can get really expensive really quickly. But I mainly focus on the image models down here, and I log in like once a week, and you can always see like the new image models that come online. Like they've added GPT image 1.5, Flux 2, WAN 2.5, and then I'll go through these and determine what I want to bring into my ZimWriter software. But I'll show you how I kind of use this to build these different thumbnails for my website using this software. So I'll come down here. I'll choose a model. The model I've been using a lot is where'd it go? It's called Dream 4.5. If I can find it on here. And they have a lot. They have like Flux 2 Dev. They have Nano Banana. They have Mid Journeys on here. Let me just click one. I know I can find Dream inside of here. So, right now we've loaded the Z Image Turbo model, and this is a great model. It doesn't take reference images. It doesn't take like an image of you or something like that. But you can, a cat walking on the road. You can generate stuff really quickly, like, let's do 16:9 ratio. How many images do you want? And this is great. You can generate a lot of images really quickly. You'll pay for each generation, but it's a great way to just spit out a lot of different images at once. Like, as an example, here's a cat. Now, it will tell you, what's great is it will tell you the cost of each of these images. So this image was 0.0019. So this was a fifth of a penny. So it's very economical for some of these models that you choose. And there's all kinds of different settings that you can configure inside of here. But I want to go down and find a model that takes a reference image. And let me delete these. So what a reference image is you can upload your own images. Most of these models allow you to upload, up to 4 or 5 different reference images. So I'm going to add 2 images of myself that are also AI images. And I'll add them right in here. All right. And then I need a prompt. And now, again, I want me doing something. And I want to do it for this. Let's make something for this. So this is if you ever watched the movie War Games, where you had Matthew Broderick, and he's trying to teach the AI that sometimes it's best to not even play the game. It's like if he's playing tic-tac-toe and there's like just no winners in tic-tac-toe if you play well. So sometimes it's best when you're playing tic-tac-toe or global thermonuclear war just to not play the game. And so that's what this particular technique is about. So I'll take this title and I can, put it in here and tell the AI to do something. But I never start in here. I'll actually start inside of Claude or inside of ChatGPT, and I'll have that AI, the text AI, actually create my image prompt. So I have an example here of an image prompt. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger for y'all. So this is kind of what I'll do. I'll say like, I want to create a YouTube thumbnail, or you could just say like a thumbnail for my blog or something with the title, the permission slip that stops the AI from making stuff up. I will also be in the thumbnail. Please write less than 200 words, with the first 100 words describing the background and what I'm doing. And then I'll give some context. So like the context in the first 100 words is to relate to the movie War Games, as in that movie, the main character had to teach the AI that it's okay not to play the game. And then the last 100 words I wanted to spend on describing the title. Right? This is the title that I want on it. So I'll take all this and I'll just go to Claude and I'll just paste it into Claude and I'll run it. And this is, I found that with image models, you get much higher quality with the more detail you have. Although these image models don't tell you, behind the scenes, a lot of them chop off the text after about 150 words to 200 words. So you don't want like some long, 2,000 word prompt that you're feeding in, because you're not going to know it, but the AI is actually going to truncate that behind the scenes. I don't know why it's taking so long to think. Maybe we'll get something really good here. 2 minutes. I don't know why I did not. Let's try this one more time. All right. Write the description ASAP. Come on. All right, there we go. So this is what I'll do. I'll come in here, I'll get my prompt. Copy it. I'll go over here to Runware. So that I'm in Seedream right here, and I'll just say, give me, let's just do one image for sake of time, and I want this 16 by 9. What's nice about Seedream is some of them are like, some of these models are 4K or 2K or whatnot. So you can, I'll usually come in here and I'll say, give me 10 images or 20 images, or maybe I'll dial in my prompt a little bit more if I'm not getting good output. I'll dial in the prompt a little bit more from Claude, and then come back in here when I finally am getting something that I like. Then I'll scale this up to like 20 images and check out the result. So just for reference, Seedream 4.5. Seedream 4.5 is comparable to Nano Banana, but it's astronomically less expensive. So Nano Banana inside of here is a quarter for a 4K image, whereas Seedream 4.5 is 4 pennies. All right, so let's see if we can get this thing generated before the time runs out.
We'll give you a couple extra seconds, Matt. We know technology is not in your control at all.
It's like, come on.
And if you can show us how we can do Nano Banana quality stuff for 4 cents, that's worth the wait. Let me tell you, that's cool. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about the technology. I know how that works. So you're good. We'll give you another minute here. So there we go.
All
Look
right,
at that.
there you go. That's pretty, I mean, so I would probably, I'd go back and I say, you know what, I don't like the font, the different colors, or, maybe I want some neon glow or something, but you can get an idea for, what this is going to look like, and then tweak it and finally dial it into to have something really high quality. And then scale it up, do a lot of generations really quickly. So yeah, that's my tip.
Awesome job. Awesome tip too. I mean, that is an amazing image to be able to do that for 4 cents. Blows my mind. I mean, that's absolutely unbelievable. I also love the idea and the tip about just creating and getting to where you're close and then creating a bunch of images instead of creating 20 of them. That's great. And yeah, you did. You turned me on to Runware a couple weeks ago when we were on the podcast and that our webinar that we did, and that's a fantastic tool. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's show Matt. I forgot to show Cheryl love because she got done in quick time. Let's show Matt and Cheryl some love, and we'll go ahead and bring Karen up. She's going to be next here with us. And remember to stick around. We've got a vote at the end to see who wins all the wonderful stuff and gets to have a special spotlight on the channel. Next, we've got Karen with us. Karen, good to see you. Thank you. I don't think I've talked to you much since Dallas. Maybe a little bit, but not a whole lot. So
Yeah,
good to
no, I've just had my head down working, been busy.
I love it. I love it.
Um,
Any questions
yeah.
before we get started?
No, no, I don't think so.
All
I
right.
think I'm good. All
All
right,
right. So
so
Karen, here you
yeah,
go. It's all yours.
thanks. So my presentation is not nearly as sexy as Matt's. I'm just going to say that right up front. It is just not as exciting. But my goal, I'm a web developer for those of you who don't know me, and I've gotten into AI over the last year, taken so many of Jonathan's courses, and it's been so helpful. But one thing that I saw when I was in Dallas earlier this year was all the vibe coding and people building their websites using AI, which is great. It's fabulous. I'm 100% for that. But the thing that concerns me is, and I will get there, I'm going to talk about just the accessibility. And I created a tool to help those of you who are vibe coding and have your own websites that you've built to help you get started on understanding how your website needs to be accessible. So what is accessibility? Okay, so most of us have heard of the ADA, really short history. It is, stores, I didn't know that I needed a wheelchair ramp. I didn't know that steps wouldn't work for people in wheelchairs. I thought separate entrances were fine for people of different color. It's that sort of thing, or separate entrances, not different color, sorry. But I thought that separate entrances were fine. So basically, this is accessibility for a website is so that people with disabilities who cannot see, who cannot hear, sometimes both, can actually view and use your website. Okay, this is not a fix-all cure. There's no way that you can, without hiring someone that does this professionally. So I want to add that little disclaimer in there, but this will get you started. Okay, so why do I need accessibility? What is the big deal? It's just a website. It's something only people with web access are going to see it. Well, lots of people. I'm going to share my screen here in just a second. I'm going to show you over the world, there are, hold on. Obviously, I did not share my screen. I just went to the tab that I need to go to. So here we go. I'm going to share. All right. So can y'all see that? Okay. All right. There's 1 billion people worldwide that need accessibility to your website. That's 16% of the global population. So if you think about it, it's basically China. 1 in 4 Americans lives with a disability. And just having, you can go and get a little plugin to put on your website, or you have a little overlay. It's not enough. A compliance checkbox isn't enough when you get sued. And in the last year, there's been over 8,000 lawsuits, and out of those 8,000 lawsuits, over 4,500 are small business custom coded websites. So that's why I'm concerned about AI and vibe coding. And I wanted to share with you how you can start building with accessibility from the start. So let me go to my accessibility checker. I made an AI prompt toolkit for non-developers, and there's basically 3 different flows that you could use. Option 1 is for if you want to enter in and these are prompts. I did not make this a custom GPT because if you don't use Chatgpt, if you use Claude, or if you use Gemini, I wanted you to be able to use these in all 3. I use Claude exclusively, and it is my absolute favorite. But there's URL based, and then a step-by-step choose your own, and then an explain it to me like I'm a site owner prompt. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've already pasted in Claude.
We're still
Explain it to
seeing
me
your
like,
infographic. Is that what we should be seeing, Karen, or no?
no, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me
That's all right. I
see.
thought maybe. That's why I wanted to ask.
Sorry.
You're all good. That's
Oh,
what,
that's
hey,
not it either. Hold
you make
on.
me feel important. That's why I get to play host, right?
I'm looking for the actual, okay, do you see the screen
I
now
see
with
your
Claude?
no, nope, we're still looking at the infographic.
Oh my stars. Y'all, I don't do this very much. Okay, now you should see Claude.
No, my guess is you're going to have to stop share and probably reshare because my
Okay,
guess is we're seeing the browser windows, my guess.
okay. So we'll stop. Technology is, I do not do this very often, so
You're
apologies.
good. This is
Um,
so important. This is so important. I'm glad you're
yeah.
talking about this. It's not
Well,
something.
yeah. Well, I did
There we go.
share,
Now we see
I
Claude.
think, okay, yay. So this is the all-in-one, like this is the, it's gonna spit everything back, okay? So I'm going to, if I can get this out of the way, I have to move the little thing, just a second. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. Now, while we're waiting, rather than in the interest of time, I've already run this, and I got Claude came back with everything that was wrong with my site. I used my website, and it came back with everything that was wrong and gave me a report. Okay. Now, I'm really not sure. Maybe I should just share my desktop. Is there a way to share my desktop? My whole
Yeah,
entire,
you should be able to when you click share. One of the options just should be one of your display monitors, the whole window, like display 1 or display 2.
okay.
If you see that.
Well, is that the whole, do you guys see the whole screen now?
Now it looks like we're seeing everything now. Yep. I think you
Okay.
did it.
All
Yep.
right. Awesome.
There we go.
Okay. So, okay. Yeah.
2 minute
All right.
warning.
So,
Good timing.
Lord. Okay. So it has already, this is what it has already spit back for me. Okay. This is the verdict of my site. It will go through the entire thing and give me feedback on it. And then what it'll do is it creates a little audit that I can download that will say, oh, well, you mostly passed. Well, this is really kind of embarrassing because I'm a web designer and developer. And, uh, my site should be perfect, but it's not. And it's not good enough just to say I tried in the court system. It's either pass or fail. So it's given me some things that I need to work on. It's told me what's working well. It's given me the legal stuff. There's no major legal red flags, but it tells me, oh, you have some missing alt text, and it lists out the images or the places where that's at. It tells me my risk is moderate for the alt text, because if you think about it, if you're blind and let's just say you're on a website. I don't have a website that I can pull up other than I'm just going to pull my website up, and this is not actually, I'll pull up Google. We'll just pull up Google for a second. So if I'm in Google
1
and
minute.
I'm going to hit Google search, but this just says click me, but I'm blind, I don't know where I'm clicking. Okay. So for those of you that are vibe coding, a lot of times what AI does is it does not give text for images. It doesn't include text for any of the things that you need. So I'm going to show you my website for a second. So on my website, all I want to look at is this picture. A screen reader is going to look at that picture and it says choose your service or journey, but it's not really telling the person that's looking at it what it is. It's an image that says choose your service or journey. If they were to click here, it's just an arrow. So it's got to have some kind of a description on it to give them an idea of what they're getting out of it. So that's what this report does. And then it tells you how to fix it and what to fix immediately, if you can get that fixed immediately, and then what you can fix eventually that's probably a little less urgent or important. And my whole goal in doing this was I have seen so many vibe coded apps that look really great. They look great, but it's a concern because they are not compliant. So when you go to click
And
on
that's
an
time.
image or they don't have text to say what the button that someone is clicking on is for. So anyway, these are all of the prompts. I think Sherry has given them to you. There's a disclaimer because, I can't hold me liable for this, but there's some resources
Awesome
if you want to
stuff.
learn about it. And that's it.
Awesome stuff, and really, really important topic. If you haven't thought about that or you're not aware of AIDA stuff, it really does matter, and really appreciate you sharing that, Karen. I'm excited to go try that prompt. I've never actually ran a prompt to check that. I never thought of doing it that way. What a great way to have it go through and check. And arguably, if you ever run into issues, good to have that. You could show somebody and go, here's what I'm doing. At least I'm demonstrating that I'm trying to be, a good guy and make that
Yeah.
happen. So
Yeah. It's
great
not
stuff.
enough, but it's a start. So
Well,
anyway,
and maybe at least delays the inevitable, gives you some time. So
yeah.
awesome. Thank you, Karen. Really good stuff. Excellent. Man, I got to say, everybody show Karen some love for that. What a great topic. I love these AI hack and tells. There's always so many cool things that come up that we just don't think about. So this is awesome. Love to see the interaction with the group guys. That's fantastic. Uh, Absolutely great stuff. Next up, we've got Cassie Brown. And let me see if I can find Cassie here on the screen, and we'll go ahead and get her added. Really excited. Cassie and I were just talking about this the other day. Let's see, here we go. We're going to add the spotlight. Good afternoon. How you doing, Cassie?
I'm so good. How are you? I've
Good.
enjoyed seeing the behind the scenes of everybody. I love this. It's awesome.
It is a lot of fun. I'm excited. And what a great follow-up to Karen, because you are the vibe code her. And you have a hat, by the way, you've got to show everybody. You've got the
Yeah.
most amazing logo. You guys got to look at that. I mean, she just replaced the ER at the end with her. I love that. Uh, Cassie can tell you a little bit about her audience and all that, but first I'll let her share a tip and what she does. Any questions before we turn things over to you?
No, I think I'm clear.
Okay.
What I'm going to be sharing today is what I've found in teaching vibe coding is that the simpler, the better. And what I really want to get right into it, I think all of you guys are AI savvy enough where you're using Claude, you're using ChatGPT. So I really just want to get right into it and show you if you're not experimenting with vibe coding, I hope that what you see today will help you have the confidence or push yourself further to experiment with it. And I love the container because we've got less than 8 minutes to do this. I've done a little bit of prep based on just like hearing, and I want to just all in real time. All I did was say, hey, I've got 8 minutes to share about vibe coding. So I'm leveraging ChatGPT here. And it was pushing back and telling me, well, you don't want to show it. I'm like, yes, I do want to show it. And then this is what it told me to build, right? So we're going to build a brain that helps you prioritize 3 things. And then from there, I literally just said, give me the complete copy and paste code. I'm building in base 44. You could do the same thing for Lovable. And it's already done all of the output. Now, if you are not used to code coming in, it's going to take longer than what you typically normally see for output. So don't think that you did anything wrong. But the biggest thing is just to explore. So I'm going to copy this code. I'm not in the right. Okay, it's got it. And then I'm going to, what you're not seeing is I'm in base 44. So let me switch my browsers for you and get into base 44 because I want you to see that I'm literally just copying and pasting it in. And this is just a current app that I was working on. So if you come here, this is what you're going to see. And we're just going to copy and paste it right then and there, right? You can see I didn't do anything different to the code. And then we're going to let it roll. And while it does that, I want to talk through some things that you guys can start using to explore this, because this is going to take a few minutes, and how we can use some lazy AF prompts to explore some app ideas for yourself and your business. So if you guys could let me know, like, how many of you are actively vibe coding or exploring micro SaaS?
Can you give us a V if you are vibe coding, can you give us a V in the comments and then we can take a look? We're getting lots and lots of V's. So we've got a lot of people.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
great. Good feedback. Thank you guys.
Good starting. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not sure what to build an app around. Okay, then this is perfect. The mindset that I would want to encourage you guys to shift into is, how can I play around with this? How can I just get curious, come in here and think about what I need to build? I'm sorry, in the wrong one again. I'm trying to get into ChatGPT. There we are. All right, so I'm going to open up a new chat in this thread because I want to show you, if I didn't have this already started, exactly how you can get curious and play around. So you just open up your ChatGPT or Claude. I will use Jonathan as an example. I'm just going to say, hi, I'm helping my friend Jonathan. Actually, let me demonstrate this because I've found this is more helpful for people too. Hi, I'm helping my friend Jonathan figure out what a great small app and micro SaaS tool could be for his AI community. He teaches people how to leverage AI in their business. So what would be a really easy, single, quick build for him? Can you give me some ideas? So really, all you want to do is you come in here and you say who you are, what you do, and who you serve. And it's going to give you an AI prompt repository. Actually, Jonathan, this is a great idea. I had a friend do this with all of her GPTs. It was originally in a spreadsheet, and then it was in a database that was vibe coded, and it was very gamified.
It's such an amazing idea. We're actually releasing it next month. I love it.
Quality score, like, he gives you the formats and things. AI use case finder. So what if someone wants to unmute? Can anyone unmute, Jonathan?
Yeah, anybody should be able to unmute. Yep.
So if someone wants to unmute that's unsure about what app to build, give me an example and let's see how we can play and get some ideas.
Mitzi, you'd comment on that, or if you're available and wouldn't mind, jump on in.
Well, I work in a couple different industries right now on the side. I've been working on building a community for people that are new to AI, like 50-plus-year-old people, building that are new to AI. I mean, I've been working with Jonathan, kind of learning the GPT game, building GPTs that might be usable for them. And so this whole mini app thing is kind of a little confusing to me. I don't know how to move from the GPT game over to the app area.
Okay. What are some problems that you're seeing with the people that you serve?
Well, initially, they don't know how to use AI to get AI to a place where it understands the user and can help them and have better output. I've created kind of prompts around instructions or getting to know that person so that you can get better instructions. That's one area. Another one is just prompting. Everybody just goes in there like they're doing a Google search and it's giving them just kind of mediocre outputs is another area. And
2
then a lot of
minutes.
it is people don't know what to do. They don't know what AI can do for them. And so they're still kind of in that, well, okay, this is cool, but I don't know what to do with it.
Okay. All right. So we're going to put this in here. It's got to catch up with me. It's definitely slow. But Mitzi, if you want to do this on your own, if we run out of time and I'm watching base 44 and it might not generate. But the biggest thing I want to demonstrate for you guys is just get in there, play around, copy and paste the code and whatever it is, and just be emotionally unattached from the outcome. And I'm sorry, Jonathan, sometimes when I'm
You're
sharing,
good.
everything slows down here.
Oh, you're
And
good. I get technology. We've got a minute. You're good, and we can always give you a few extra seconds if needed.
yeah, I'm hitting submit and it's not submitting. I
Like with
think
Matt, technology is dangerous,
my computer's in holiday mode.
I love that. That's good.
Well, I did hear a beep over in base 44. So it looks like it's still processing through. I don't have, it's loading the preview. So we don't have a full preview yet. Let's see.
Are you connected to base 44 with this ChatGPT prompt or the answers, the output?
No, I'm just copying and pasting it. So what I'm doing
Got
is
it.
I'm ideating in ChatGPT.
Yeah.
1 minute.
Here's you some samples. You can do a prompt fixer. You can do a prompt scorecard, a prompt builder wizard, a prompt template pack generator, a prompt SOP converter. And then let's just say you wanted to build a prompt wizard. And this is so quick and dirty, you guys, but it's really as simple as it should be. Copy and paste this and say, let's build this. Give me the complete code.
And is base 44 your go-to over like Lovable or Replit?
Base 44, I like, so Lovable is free and so is base 44. If you can get in with free credits, get in there and play around, but don't be attached to one or the other. I started with base 44. I have played around in Bolt. I'm actually deploying paid apps in Lovable. So don't get too far ahead of yourself where you feel like the one I choose right now is my end all be all.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Awesome stuff. Awesome.
And
Cassie,
then
thank you so much. That was great. Anything in wrap up? I'm going to give you time to wrap up if you want. Go ahead.
I think that's pretty much it. I what it's troubleshooting right now is base 44 is troubleshooting through all of the code. But what I could do is I could show you an output of a different app if you want me to take just a
If you've
little
got,
bit.
yeah, I'd love to see it. If we can do it in a minute or so, I think we're great.
Yeah, so let me get in there.
We're getting lots of yeses. People want to see it, so that's all good.
Okay, yeah. So I just want to encourage you. I do these workshops all of the time, and they are in real time. All of these apps I've created in the same method that I just showed you. Just a simple prompt, research, and drop it in here. This one is probably one of my favorite applications because it's not business related at all. It's what came out for this particular lady wanted to build a spelling app for her kids. And so it's so slow. So Jonathan, I don't want to slow down.
No problem.
But the application was powerful because her kids saw her create a solution. And that's the thing, like just get in there, create a solution. And it usually isn't about 15 minutes or less. Then you troubleshoot. So here's the finished product of the spell coach.
I love it. I love it. Well, I think Cassie, you and I just talked about it the other day. In fact, I was just asking my team why your podcast wasn't live yet today, because it was supposed to go live at 10 o'clock this morning. But yeah, you and I just talked about, I think vibe coding is going to be massively important in 2026. I think as much as we talk ChatGPT and custom GPTs in 2025, they're not going away, folks. I don't think they're going away, but I think vibe coding is going to give us tons of opportunities and a lot more control than we had. And I'm so excited about that. So Cassie, thank you so much. Appreciate it greatly. And guys, I remember stick around. I know we've got some people that are, a couple people had to move around and I get it, but we're going to be doing voting to make sure who wins. And one of the biggest benefits is if you win is you get a special spotlight on our channel of your training and everything else. So we want to make sure we're giving credit to everybody as due. We've had just some amazing stuff. We've got some more up, and next up, let me pull up my cheat sheet here. There we go. Next up, we've got Dale Ollie. Dale, let me find you here and bring you in, and then we'll get you started and we'll kick things off. Hang on a minute. There we go. And add spotlight. Good afternoon, Dale. How you doing, sir?
Great.
Glad to have you here. Dale's done this before. So any questions before we kick things off and give you your 8 minutes of fame?
No, I just want to let you know that I'm registered for Arkansas.
Are you sweet? Oh, yeah. Dale and I actually met in person for the first time in Arkansas. Had a great time at the event. So, yeah, if you're thinking about it, it is Dale. I mean, you tell everybody you're going back a second year. You must have thought it was pretty good, right?
Yes, it was very good. I mean, it's good people, good information, awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was good, and it's even bigger this year. Last year was year one. This is year two. So yeah, thanks to Scale with Stability again. All right, Dale, we'll turn things over to you and let you run with things. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm going to share my screen right away because I've got a few things to show you. Okay, so how many times have you heard people ask, can I do that in a website? Well, I've developed a prototype to answer that question. And this is my AI chat assistant, all written in HTML and JavaScript and CSS. And this is just version 0.5. And so what this does is it allows you to choose if you want Claude Haiku 4.5 or ChatGPT 4.0 Mini. I'm going to add many more to this. And I've always wanted to do a copy of the entire conversation that I've had. So I have it added there. And then I have my message board down here. So let's give you an example. I first want to go to ChatGPT 4.0. And, I got it over here. Okay. So I need a report on George Washington. Tell me about him. All right, so it looks just like an LLM, and but it's going to have a lot neater. I have a lot of stuff in the future that I want to add. So, all right, so ChatGPT, and it shows down here, ChatGPT 4 Mini, it has given me that information. It also, I have a copy that I could just do the individual block. All right, so now I want to go to Claude Haiku. And because I love Claude and how it writes. And I'm going to say, write me a report using the information about George Washington. So it will use this information. And what it's doing behind the scenes, I have just a very small, for me, Sherry will tell you that, it's a small make procedure that does all this and has the memory and everything. So here's all the stuff with for that report. And then I'm going to go, I can go back to Chatgpt and I can say, give me an outline for this report. Now, yeah, I'm pretty much what I would normally do when I have this. I was thinking about it when I was putting this together. I would first start off with Perplexity to get the information. Then I would go to ChatGPT 4.0 to do the outline. And then I would go to Claude to do the report. So there's the outline with all the information that was in that report. All right. And this is all in my website, tcom.marketing/AI-assistant. Now don't go out there because this cost me tokens. All right. So I wanted, after I did this, I wanted to test the length of how much information this could handle. So I wrote a prompt. I want to write an ebook on what is MCP. Give me an outline. All right. So I went out and I created this book. Or no, I didn't do that yet. I'll get there. All right. So I'm using haiku for all of this. Again, you could intermix those. Okay. So now I have an outline. And then I simply ask it, because if you go here, it has an introduction and 10 chapters total. So I would just say, write the outline. So you just do one at a time. And now what's going to happen is this is not going to, sometimes it will get through the whole chapter and sometimes it won't. So after that's done, I'm just going to go down here into the message and I'm just going to type continue, because it will ask me things. And that's the way that you know that it's finished a chapter, by putting in by what it gives at the end, the message. If it doesn't have anything that looks like it hasn't finished, just type continue. All right, so this will go out. So there, I mean, that's quite a bit of information. And so what happened was, I'm not going to do a whole book. So I went out and did a book on what is MCP, the total book. And I just did a copy conversation and I moved it into Google Docs. And I was surprised when it created 513 pages of book. So that's very Claude. So let's see. And and the cost of it only cost me $1.44 to do that whole thing. All right. Now I want to move on to another thing. And it's very good that I'm following the website. And I've done websites since '94. So it's good to have a website, then vibe coding. And I'm going to show you guys how you can develop a landing page. So I've written this book about it, what is MCP, and I need a one-page website to sell this
2
book.
minutes.
Give me the HTML. So I'm going to create this HTML and post it. And so I go out here, I write, all right, Control A, right click and then copy. And when it's done, I come down here, right click and paste. And as you see, it just flies up there. It's all 513 pages, and it's doing that. So while it's generating the page, I'm going to go out here to high level. You go to sites and websites. You hit new website. You choose a blank website. I'm going to call it what is MCP ? And hit create. So now it's creating the website. Next thing you need to do is you need to add a page. So since it's a one pager, I'm going to call that what is MCP. And then it asks you for a path. Now the path you want all lowercase with dashes in between it. So what is dash MCP? All right, then you click create the page. So then you come over here and you say, what is MCP? You're going to create it. So I create it blank. So I got a
1 minute.
totally blank site here. All right, so I want to create an element, and I'm going to scroll down here to custom and code, drag that up here, and it sets things up. I click in that area there, then I open the code editor. All right, so I go back here. It just finished the site, the thing there. I'm going to do a copy because that's all the HTML, and I'm going to paste all that in there. Now, it doesn't finish it in one thing, but that's what you have to, you have to do things. But you want to get rid of everything that's above this doc type line because that's just different things. So then you save it. You click the save button here. And then you can click view. And this is the page that it has built. And if you look at like my pages that I have out there for like the GPT password system and others, but yeah, it has, some buttons that take you down to different things. So it's very easy to do. And instead of trying to figure out, well, how do I change that HTML and everything, you just go back to your thing and say, I don't like that color. I want this color in this section. And you can tell the
Very
numbers
cool.
change and everything. So
Excellent.
I know I packed a lot of things in today, but I also know it's recorded, so you can go back and watch it.
It certainly is. Dale, thank you for adding all of that tremendous value. As always, tons of stuff. Dale's always doing interesting things and bringing tons of value to what he's doing. Love always seeing. I think Dale, every time we talk, I think you've got another project you're working on that you're adding to. So I really appreciate you sharing with us today.
Well, thank you. I
Absolutely
just need to finish
fantastic.
some.
Well, that's a whole separate issue, but yeah, well, I'd be happy to talk to you offline about that. That's a good one.
Okay. I need you to
Awesome.
text me.
All right, sounds good.
Thank
Sounds
you,
good.
guys.
Dale, thank you. I do appreciate it. Reminder to everybody, stick around. We've got 2 more presentations yet. These are absolutely amazing. Tons and tons of value today. Then we're going to vote, and that vote's really important to the presenters. So if you're getting value out of this, please stick around and vote. Also, want to let you know we will be posting the replay, and we'll be getting different resources in from the presenters as well. There'll be a live Google Doc that we're sharing that you guys will have access to. So make sure you bookmark that document because we will be updating that. Sometimes it may be early next week before we get all of the links posted and everything else. So make sure you bookmark that so you've got access and don't miss anything there. With that, next up, we've got Morris with us. And Morris, I'm so excited to have you here. Excited more than anything else. I'm kind of hoping I know where you're going, but I actually don't know what you're going to be talking about today. So I'm really excited to hear that. Morris, by the way, comes back to us as one of our recent winners. And I think I shared up front, Morris shared some great tips with us on Google Notebook LM and a great web tool to do that. So Morris, it looks like your camera may have frozen or mine did, one of my two, but I think, no, there we go. Now it looks like you're back.
Better?
I think so. I think so. So any questions before we kick things off?
Am I back? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yep. We can't see you, but we can hear you.
Okay.
So that's probably good enough.
All right.
You tell me,
Jesus.
are you going to share a screen or do we need to see you?
I'm going to share the screen. Yeah.
Okay. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I'm not
You
going
can take over.
anywhere with, not going anywhere with Sora on it. I wanted to try something a little different out of my comfort zone. And
By the
it's
way,
a
while
half-baked
Morris
train
is
wreck.
pulling this
It
up,
says.
Morris is the Sora expert in my mind. If you guys that aren't following him, make sure you do. Sorry, I just had to share that, Morris. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I don't even think anybody could see my screen. Whoopsie.
Yeah, now we can.
Told you it was a
we see
train
your
wreck.
we see your Google Drive. It's all good.
There we go. You don't hear any audio though, right?
No.
Okay, good. Sorry about that. Here we go. Talk about a train wreck, but it's okay.
That's all right.
Here we go.
When you shared, did you
Okay.
click the share audio button on the little click button on the side? I would probably need to do that in order to make sure that we're hearing it.
Okay, let's see. Here we go.
You
Okay,
need to
what I did
reshare.
was it's a micro app. Can you see that?
Yep, we're seeing you. Good
Okay,
go.
so little micro app, because I am an affiliate of Jonathan's. I've been trying to figure a way to sell his courses, probably overthinking it than just doing a basic link. But what I've been messing around with are created this. Jonathan has these great characters, so I go into my courses, which already have all the express trainings loaded up already. So what I call it half-baked is I do have another part that you can either create your own course, and you could also upload a character into the gallery. There'll be an interview part with a Q&A, and that'll match you up with one of the courses that'll be in Whitebeard Strategies. And what you do is you go to my courses, and let's go to Agentic. Let's go to the view training. This brings you, of course, per the rules, brings you right to Jonathan's store. But before that, there's going to be another step. But of course, ran out of tokens. I didn't realize it would be a couple of trillion tokens to try to pull off to get a free hoodie, which is well worth it in my mind. So what I did was I took this agentic AI and I asked Gemini Nano Banana to take this character, and I took the course. I scraped the course descriptions into a spreadsheet right here. So it has it has all the trainings here. It has the brief description. So this will be the script, and then it has the link to the training, which will have my affiliate link on that. So I have to go to Gemini because it's not ready in the app yet. So then we just take this, and you let me know if you can hear this. So someone wants to, we pair them up with this training, Agentic AI. They've answered the Q&A, and then you click and
Not hearing anything.
you don't hear anything?
Nope. Unfortunately not.
No audio?
No audio. Can you try to
No, how do you
reshare,
do
Morris? And
audio
then
on
when you
this?
reshare on the right side of your screen, when you share, you should see a little toggle box for share sound or share audio. Can you try that again and make sure that that was there?
Let's see. I'm on screen sharing. Top to top. Otherwise, it may be a bummer. Hold on.
Technological issues are part of the fun, so to speak.
Technology. Well, nothing yet, huh? I don't have
Nothing.
enough. Says you're sharing your screen. I have the green arrow at the bottom that says stop share.
Yeah. When you shared your screen, did you click on the share audio button by any chance?
I'm going to stop the share and reshare. Give me two. I don't
Yeah,
have
let's
8
try that
minutes
out.
to go anyway, so I have plenty of time.
You're only
Let's see
halfway
here.
through. We got 4 minutes left.
Perfect.
So.
Share. And then, share sound. Here we go.
Yep, there we go.
Thank you. Okay. Oh,
Now we just need to get your screen back up, and then we should be able to hear.
all right. You see the character?
Yep, we do.
Okay, so we paired you up with, we think for Jonathan, Agentic AI Unleashed would be the best training for him. So we want to see what this has to say.
A training that demystifies AI's impact on search. Learn how AI is changing SEO and how to adapt your strategy to stay. A training that demystifies.
That would go, it only let me go 8 seconds, but I did that for about 2 or 3 different trainings.
That is way cool.
So it's your actual character brought to life and with your actual descriptions. Then I had this one where it had all of your trainings together, and it was supposed to sing a Christmas jingle to you all, but it's basically just animates all of your characters in from all of your trainings together. So it's going to have one by one, each person talk about their training and what they do, who they are, and then you can click on the training and sign up.
That is so cool, Morris.
So definitely not Sora alike, but that's where we went from there. So you could always, and then I had all of the images, I had preloaded them onto a Google Drive so I can animate, as we go along, I could animate these and these, but then, oh, here's another one, amplified. I did one of those. So it's sort of half baked, half cooked. Typical Morris train wreck style, but
not at all. Your stuff has been good.
That's basically where we are. So you could basically do it with. I did these with the Express. I'll have another section that'll have the full length courses, and then you could create your own course. And then you could upload your own character, of course, to your own courses, not characters to Jonathan's courses. So, and then you have character gallery management. You could upload your file, could upload it from your drive, and then it would load the files up from your drive one by one by one. And you can upload them and then get them to speak the description about the course. And then when they click to buy, it goes to my affiliate link.
2 minutes. Well, I love the way you've done that. And what a great tip. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Nope,
Morris.
that was it. I was going to give 2 minutes. If anybody needed 2 minutes, I'll give up my 2 minutes.
Well, and a couple people certainly might, but a bunch of people are asking how to follow you. So if you would in the comments, make sure and this is for everybody, by the way, if you presented today, please put your social bits or contact information in the chat. That's certainly where to do that. Would be great. I see some others are also asking for Cassie, so make sure you do that. And Cassie, feel free to share your website too. So. Awesome. Morris, thank you so much. That's incredible stuff.
Thank you very much.
Cool. I want to encourage everybody, if you're not following Morris, I know he didn't show his Sora stuff today, but Morris is in the upholstery and drapery business and has some of the most amazing Sora videos I've ever seen. I'll admit, I'm not a huge Sora fan myself, but Morris might change my mind. I mean, literally, talk about incredible branding stuff. He's really doing an amazing job. If you're not checking him out, I have never seen luxury sofas sliding down snow hills and in the Olympics and the Super Bowl and everything else. The stuff he's doing is fantastic.
Thank you.
Really just a good example
Facebook.
of how you can think outside the box to use some of these tools to build a great brand. So Morris, thank you. I really appreciate
You're welcome.
that.
Yeah, because I'm not in the AI selling agency, so I'm just using it to, do advertising for the business and stuff. So I'll share the Sora link. If I have any codes left, I might have a few codes left, and most of them are posted on Facebook. I'll share my Facebook profile. Thank you so
Sounds
much
good.
for the
Morris,
praise.
thank you so much. Let's give Morris a little bit of love as we head
Thank
into
you,
the
thank
home
you.
stretch. And we bring in Jason Schemmel, who's going to wow us. I'm not even sure what. I didn't check this time what everybody's talking about, but really good stuff. All right. So Jason, you are with us next. Let's see if I can find you in my list.
I'm around somewhere.
There you are, right at the top. I love it. That made it super easy. How you doing, sir?
Doing well. How about you?
I think it's been like 24 hours since we talked, so it's good to see you
too
again.
long. It's been too long.
Awesome. All right. Any questions before we turn things over to you?
No, I'm good to go.
All right. You're a pro at this. I know that. All right. So we'll give you a 2-minute and a 1-minute warning, and it's all you.
Sounds good. All right. So I have a GPT to share with you. It's something that I built more to help myself and then realized that this could help a lot of other people. So what came about of this, what made me think of this whole thing is that most AI users don't fail from bad ideas. They fail from ideas that never get told no early enough, or they use AI and it's constantly affirming your thoughts, ideas, and views. Like, oh, that was a great viewpoint. I'm so glad you told me this, or I'm so glad you corrected me. But Here's the real problem, though. What you give AI fails because it doesn't force your ideas to survive contact with reality. Everyone gets encouragement and almost no one gets friction. So I got tired of GPT and Gemini and all the other AI stuff constantly cheering me on until I finally built a GPT that argues back and challenges my assumptions and everything. Because effort without progress is just disguised procrastination. And as a fellow ADHD person, I know that all too well. So if that feels familiar, it's because you've probably already experienced it at least once or 10 times, like I have. And so that gap is why I built this GPT, which I'll be sharing in just a minute. It's called the Hardcore Business Coach, not to help you feel better about your ideas, but to stress test them before they cost you time, cash, and credibility. So it runs on one assumption, and it's that you're wrong until the numbers rescue you. It doesn't ask what you're excited about. It asks what breaks first and then helps you diagnose it and fix it. Because most decisions aren't wrong, they're just premature. So without a GPT like this, here's what happens. You change tactics instead of fixing the math, or you confuse motion with progress, which is something I struggle with on a daily basis. You reward yourself for starting instead of finishing. So this GPT enforces one uncomfortable behavior, in that it is before it helps you build anything, it simulates how the idea dies and then builds it up from there. Not hypothetically, but specifically. So one of the things it does is a pre-mortem. It assumes whatever idea you have fails, and then asks what failed first. Was it cash? Was it time, distribution, attention, something else? If the idea can't survive that simulation, optimism becomes a liability. And this problem is getting worse, at least for me it is, and not better, because AI is just making starting easy and finishing optional. So the bottleneck isn't ideas anymore per se, it's judgment and direction. And that's why this GPT also locks in advice to your stage. So if you're early in an idea, it blocks branding advice because branding doesn't pay rent. If you're growing, it blocks founder heroics because systems scale, people don't. If you're scaling, it blocks micromanagement because controlling kills leverage. So that constraint alone removes most bad advice on the internet. One last thing though, this system doesn't critique without rebuilding. It's not going to tear you down without building it back up like a good coach should. So if it brings it down, it's going to help you build it back up, whether if that's a rewritten offer, recalculated metric, concrete next step that can be implemented in the next 24 hours. It helps you no matter where you are. So it's designed to really make you harder to fool. So with that, now I'm going to share my screen and we'll go through a couple of iterations here. So let me get rid of the controls here. Here we go. So this is it right here. Again, the hardcore business coach. It's not your cheerleader, but one that actively challenges you. Give it any plan, process, or task, and it'll break it down, tell you what could go wrong, and then help you build it back up. And so, like Jonathan does with most of his awesome GPTs, he has a couple of starters here. Obviously, you can put in anything you'd like. And because I've had the fortune of being the last one to go, I get to see all the technical problems people are having. I preloaded it with stuff, so we don't have to worry about that. So the first one I did was help me build a successful plan. And so you click the button and it's already critiquing me. I can't build a plan without inputs. Duh, right? So I gave it a plan, and this was based off of a training that my partner Eve and I just did today. We have an extended one that's happening in early February, and just gave it this. Like, here's everything that happened. We want to do a 2-day training in February. This is our plan. This is the amount of signups that we had for the one that we did today. And he goes, okay, great. You're attempting a stage 1 monetization event with proof of demand. Good. Now we remove optimism and install math because data moves everything, not emotions. So it does the pre-mortem. What could happen if this thing, like if it fails over the next period of time, here's why it could die. You relied on people liking the last one instead of conversion math. Attendance did not convert to cash because the offer was vague. Or the GPT became a nice bonus and not a buying reason. Or you taught education, not utility. People nodded and they didn't pay. So it fixes it now. So the strategic verdict is this is not a training, it's a conversion asset workshop. So now it's helping me restructure the perception of this whole thing. And we start building it back up there. Then it gives me frameworks. It even helps me redefine the offer. In 2 days, you will build a reusable hook system that generates high-performing hooks for video, text, email, and SMS text on demand. No adjectives, outcome only. And then not only that, it starts building out the structure of the training itself. Day 1, why hooks fail and the mechanics. Day 2, systemization and scale. And then even gives me ideas on GPTs that I could include with it. It's not to sell it as AI help, but a trained hook operator that never starts from zero. Doesn't write blindly. It asks qualifying questions, outputs multiple variants, and optimizes by medium. This becomes a switching cost. It even gives me pricing structures too. Now, obviously, we're in the same vein as Jonathan here. We love giving value. We're not going to. It's giving me pricing options, and obviously these are just options. We're not going to do these, but it says based off of the information here, here's what we could realistically price it at. It's going to be a lot lower than that, but even gives me promotion strategy. It's breaking down the entire thing and helping me build the entire event from the ground back up again. And then even a risk check. If you don't hit 30 paid seats by this time, cancel or reframing, because hope is not a strategy. And so this is just the first part of it, and I can have a continued conversation from here. The next one is roast my copy and rewrite with psychology. And I hope Jonathan doesn't mind. I'm going to throw him under the bus a little bit. I took his copy that he just did for the hack and tell here and used that. Roast the copy.
2 minutes. Roast me though. Go ahead. That's all right.
Yeah, here we go. So I just copied and pasted it. Roast the copy. And it goes, and obviously, Jonathan, you have a fantastic brand and everything like that. This doesn't always apply, but it helps optimize it. Really, obviously, show
we can always improve.
Yeah. But here it goes. So the pre-mortem you say tips and trick in the content. It's meaningless. It triggers skepticism. Leverage AI. Table stakes. Everyone claims this. There's no enemy. There's no outcome. It's free without framing, which for most people would give off the vibe of a low status. Time stated twice, but no consequence for missing it. Procrastination wins. So then the rewrite. Still using AI like a toy. Watch what happens when power users compete. At 3:30 today, 9 operators from our community are live demonstrating the exact AI workflows they use to save hours, cut costs, and move faster in business and life. And it just goes on from there and there. And then it even breaks down what it did and shows psychologically how it's more impactful doing it that way compared to the one that was used.
Good stuff, man.
Just another thing you can do.
Yes.
I'll do one more. Find the bottleneck in my process. Yep, that's perfect. That's all I need. So find the bottleneck in my process. And so I put in a whole system that I'm doing with another client of mine that I do Facebook ads for. I put in all the information on the current status of their ads, how we're approaching it, everything like that. I give it tons and tons of info. And then it starts telling me what my bottlenecks are and what I could look at to improve. So in just one GPT, we have at least 3. I didn't even go through, it includes the pre-mortem, but we have 3 different perspectives on how we can break down our ideas and processes. And this thing will help you build it back up without constantly telling you that's a great idea.
Fantastic. I absolutely love that. That is really, really amazing. Everybody show Jason some love. If you do that, Jason, if you could unshare your screen, I'd be grateful.
Yes.
And we're going to go ahead and launch a poll here in just a moment for everybody. Really good stuff. Man, I got to tell you, across the board, I mean, literally every one of these was amazing to me. I think there's some great tips. And obviously, Jason wrote some better copy with AI than what I did with AI. So that tells you, be careful when you rush, because sometimes you don't do the best thing you can. All right, I'm going to share a poll here in a minute. We're going to go ahead and we're going to vote, and I'm going to give 2 minutes for everybody to vote. You can kind of watch as things are going and decide where you want to go with things. Let's see here. How do I launch this? There we go. Launch. All right, you guys should be able to see the poll. We're going to give it about 2 minutes to go ahead and vote. If you guys would go in, just a quick reminder as we're going down. Rob taught us an amazing way to create slides and presentations. By the way, make sure you scroll, depending on how big your window is. You want to make sure you go all the way down. Cheryl taught us some really cool ways to make AI sound like us by expanding on the SelfScribe. Matt Zimmerman taught us some really cool tools with Runware and ways to create some amazing images and save a ton of money, which I absolutely love that. Karen went and taught us all about website accessibility and gave us an AI prompt toolkit to go through that. Cassie shared with us all about vibe coding and tons of options there. Again, probably one of the biggest sectors for 2026. Dale taught us about building a website with AI and shared some amazing tips and projects he's working on. Morris taught us about image animation and audio and how to leverage that for affiliate marketing to bring people to get attention. Great stuff. And Jason obviously just shared with us on stress testing your ideas, an amazing GPT that I'm looking forward to getting access to and playing with myself. So about a minute left. If everybody would go ahead and vote. Looks like not even about 40% of you have voted. So I know some of you are note takers and you can't vote, but we probably got a few more in there. Let's see, as we look at things right now, let me scroll my window and let's see if we can call the horse race. It looks like Jason is currently in the lead with Rob coming in a close second. So if you're voting for somebody else and you want Jason or Rob to win, I'm not saying you should reassign, but first two are the ones that really matter. Jason's at 39, Rob's at 26. Would love to see some things coming in here under the wire. We've got about 20 seconds left for voting. Want to make sure we make lots of fun with that and go where we're at. Jason's at 41, Rob's at 26. Looks like Jason's starting to pull away. Great stuff across the board, guys. You guys did an amazing job today. I love these tips. Truly actionable across the board. 42 to 26, 10 seconds left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Jason, congratulations. Jason wins first place with 42 votes. Rob, beautiful job. Second place with 26 votes. And then a lot of really close for everybody else. Cheryl, Matt, Karen, Cassie, Dale, and Morris. Thank you guys across the board for some great tips. I appreciate that. As a reminder, again, if you're interested, Scale with Stability, they're a sponsor here. I'm speaking at the event, really excited about going down there in April, and I would encourage you. It's the largest Christian business conference in the South, and we'd really encourage you if you've got some time in April to go. Lots of bonuses going on, lots of fun stuff to do, easy to get to, and super affordable. Great place to network. Dale can tell you that he and I in a large group hung out like every night and chatted till the I won't say wee hours of the morning, but till at least the late hours of the night as we went through. It's a great time to be there. Would also love to remind everybody that with Christmas coming up, we want to wish everybody a very, very Merry Christmas. If you're looking at 2026 and trying to figure out how to build your brand, I've got a training coming up Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday on how to build your brand with AI and video, but without an AI clone. We're going to be talking about using this little device called a mobile phone and AI to build your brand. It's how I built my brand. Many others have as well. And if you want to become that go-to expert, I'd encourage you to check that one out. It's a little different next week. We're Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday because of Christmas. So if you want to get signed up, please do so. And get in that. And then last blatant plug, I've got many of you know, all of our trainings and replays are on sale through Christmas. If you want to take advantage of that, you also can get the full 12 days of Christmas GPTs. That's 12 Christmas GPTs. Well, they're not Christmas. They're 12 GPTs for business, but we're giving 12 of those away as well and would love to have you participate. Let's hear one more if you can as we wrap up. If you guys enjoyed this, I'd love to just get a bunch of positive comments for everybody. I'm going to bring Jason back up here real quick on the screen as our winner. Jason, thank you very much for an amazing presentation. Really cool stuff. Guys, don't forget to check in the chat. And I was going to tell everybody about the replay document. I almost forgot. Don't forget, I'll post this link. This is the replay document. You guys all should have access to this already. And in the replay and resources section is where we'll be posting all that information. And then speakers resources as they come in. I've got to go through the chat and pull a lot of those in already, but those will all be posted here. This will be ready in the next couple of hours. I encourage you, don't go ahead and make a copy of this quite yet. Save it as a bookmark because we're going to be adding to it. We could easily be adding to it early next week as we get resources in from some of the speakers that had to come and go. So please just bookmark this, and this is where your replay will show up. Again, thank you to everybody for participating. Jason, special thanks to you for being a part of this and for sharing. Really excited to take a look at that as I try to figure out how to stop sharing my screen. There we go. Really excited to have you here, and we'll be reaching out to get a bunch of swag over to you and Amazon gift cards and a bunch of other stuff. But we'll also be highlighting you in the group and your presentation. So you'll get a ton of exposure there. And a reminder,
Awesome,
we
thank
do
you.
these every month. If you guys are in our AI Insiders or our Mastermind group, you get to be a participant and get to present. That gets you an opportunity at a ton of exposure, just like Jason got today, along with everybody else. And we'd love to have you participate in that. Obviously, it's free for anybody to come watch, but our AI Insiders and our AI Mastermind members get picked on for opportunities to present. So with that, guys, have a very Merry Christmas. I hope to see you on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at the video training. But if not, have an incredibly blessed Christmas. We will see you soon. Thanks, everybody, and make it a great day. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thanks, Jonathan. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Bye-bye.